My name is Erin Butler. I'm Navajo from Tuba City, Arizona, which is on the Navajo Reservation.
I am Xue Xia and I come from China.
I am a senior at NAU, Northern Arizona University. This is my fourth year. So this is my last semester, and next semester I'll be doing my student teaching back in Tuba City, where I'm from. Um, I am studying early childhood education and early childhood special education. And my college's experience has been really great. Flagstaff is close enough to home to where I can go home whenever I want, or like my family can come up and visit. So I really like that. And I did some of my courses online at home during the pandemic, but I was able to come back. So I thought that was really cool. And overall, it's been really fun. I've made some really good friends, and the courses I've been taking and my experience is making me really look forward to sort of being more on my own afterwards, after I graduate. I really want to continue my education at the University of Kansas in Lawrence, Kansas. I have a lot of family who went there, and after like seeing the school multiple times and like getting to know their education program like through research online, I think I really want to continue my education there. I want to get a um, master's in special ed so I can focus more on special education in the classroom.
Currently, I am a doctoral student at NAU, and my major is curriculum and instruction. My research field is early childhood education, including early childhood teachers' professional development and children's play. And previously, I have been a college teacher in Shanghai, China for 4 years. During this period, I went to the University of Memphis in Tennessee to complete my master's degree, and this experience inspired me to further study in American again for the PhD degree. I feel very surprised when I study in here because there are totally different learning style or the teacher's teaching style from what I have learned in China. And actually, in here, my professor has led me to some kindergartens or preschools to observe the young children. So I feel very appreciate this experience. And I also very enjoy the atmosphere or the environment in here. I found it's very comfortable, and I love everything here.
I think it's a really great organization. I use it a lot in my education, so I use articles and resources from their website, and I really think it helps educators and families understand more about early childhood education. So I really like the resources and the organization itself.
I take a course named Early Child Education curriculum this semester, and my professor introduced the AzAEYC Scholarship to me. Once I heard it, I became a member of this organization immediately in September. Actually, I knew Nancy several years ago, and I have learned a lot of concepts for American childhood education from this organization. I am so glad I can join AzAEYC this year. When I attended the conference in Phoenix this September, I did a lot of interesting activities with other members. I love the atmosphere and I love communicating with others who have a different experience.
I use the scholarship to sort of help me with necessities. So I paid rent, I bought groceries, and then with what I have left, I want to use to buy materials, sort of fun little materials that I can incorporate into the lessons I plan in student teaching.
It provides financial support for my research. And sometimes I did field trips to some preschools or kindergartens. I can buy some gifts for the children. So I think the scholarship helps me to deeply understand or deeply learn this field. I took like chocolate or some handcrafts from China. I think this is interesting and the students love it.
Besides families, early childhood educators are one of the child's first educators. And early childhood settings are where children often learn skills that are needed and will significantly help them as they continue to grow and develop and move through their grades. Want to like make a career out of this, so that's why I went towards early childhood education. And when I was applying to NAU, the special education double major interested me, so that's why I went for it. And then I come from a family of educators, so a lot of my close family members are teachers and administrators. So I see the passion they have towards education, and I think I have the same passion. So I went towards early childhood education. The preschool I went to was the preschool I helped in high school. So um, I think I learned a lot from there. That's where I made some lifelong friends I have now. And I still remember like being in the preschool and um, doing activities there. And I think it was my preschool teachers who really set my sort of attitude towards education.
I went into the early childhood education is because I love children. Actually, I was not in this field when I was an undergraduate student. I studied English major at that time, and my teachers always led me to elementary schools or kindergartens in China to observe English classes. I found that if I want to teach the students English and I want the students English to be better, not only I have to learn the knowledge about the English, and I also have to learn some learning theories or teaching theories from my master's degree. I turned my major from English to education. I come from Shanghai is a very big city in China, and the students always learn in the tall buildings or in this big city. So when I came to America, I found that nature education is very important, and the teacher always leads students to nature and to enjoy the nature environment. What is different from China and America early childhood education? I think the biggest difference is about the learning environment. I am very interested in children's play, and in China, actually, children's play has developed from this century, and before that, children don't have much play in the kindergarten. They will learn some courses like English, Chinese, and math, like the elementary school students.
I'm really proud of was my experience that I've been able to get in my sort of practicum fieldwork classrooms. I was able to work in in an inclusive preschool, two inclusive preschools, in a multilingual preschool. So I saw like different strategies being used and incorporation of like different languages. And it was really cool to me because I was seeing strategies that I like learning about in class. I was seeing them being used in the preschools, like hand in hand. And it was just really cool because it's like I knew what was going on. So I was like, oh, like that's why she's doing that practice. Or yeah, I thought that was really cool. I'm excited to use and apply what I've been learning in my courses in a classroom. So that would be student teaching or my future classroom. While learning about child development, I was also watching my nephews who are pretty young. I was watching them grow, and it was like awesome seeing them develop as I'm learning about their development. So um, that also was an inspiration for me.
In the past 6 months, this experience is the most important thing. And I think I am very lucky. Like my parents, they support me a lot, and they totally support the decision that I come to America to further my study. I think the most thing that impressed me most is still about equity and diversity. And I think these two concepts is I think these two concepts emphasize a lot in America. So I also want to explore deeply about these two concepts. And when I come back to China, I also want to explore whether these two concepts can adapt in Chinese education.
So I'm really big on culturally appropriate practices. So I would say make sure to always be inclusive of students' backgrounds and their identities, and don't be scared to ask parents or families to come in and maybe help them or ask them to teach you more about their background so you could apply it into your classroom so that the students feel seen and represented.